Hey guys, welcome to the lesson number 3. Now it's time to bring those splines that we created on Illustrator and bring them to Cinema 4D. We are done with Illustrator. I don't think that we're going to do anything else on Illustrator. So go to Cinema 4D and go to File, Merge, and select your spline vector file. And remember that you have to leave this unchecked, the connect splines unchecked and group splines checked. Now click OK, and you will have all these splines. Let's bring this to a point in the middle of the screen. Alright. Alright, this is good. And now we have a group called spline, and this group has all the splines that we're going to need. So this part that I'm going to do can be a little annoying because I have to create the capsule and the spline wrap for every one of these paths. So this can be a little annoying, but don't worry. I'm going to create a few, and then I'm going to skip forward because you will get the hang of it. Now create a capsule and create a spline wrap. Place the spline wrap inside of the capsule so that it's a child, and right now I'm going to take the spline wrap and let's choose the first path, path 1, and I'm going to click here. Now change the axis to the y-axis, and now it's time to fix the radius and many other things. For example, let's bring down the radius because it's way too high right now, and I think that about 8 centimeters is good. Yeah, this is good. And we can fix stuff like the height so that it's smoother. You can see that it's more like a worm right now. So this is perfect. Now what I have to do right now is to create a copy of this capsule. Create a copy with Ctrl and C and Ctrl B to paste, and we have capsule dot one, which is the duplicate. And now open this duplicate and go to spline wrap, and here just change the path to path 2. So you can see that we didn't have to move anything because it's taking the spline. So all you have to do is to duplicate the capsule, go to spline wrap and select the next path until you have something like this. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to move forward because you already got the hang of it probably, and I'm going to move forward on this, and then we can move on to another stuff. Alright, when we finish this, we will have a lot of capsules, but don't worry, I strongly suggest that you group them all, take them all, right click and click on group objects, and we can call this group capsules, and that's it. So now, as you can see, we have a lot of work to do with this because they look really bad right now. Some of this stuff don't make any sense, so we have to fix them. and we are going to fix them individually. So, well, let's begin. For example, let's take this capsule right here, the one on the edge, and we're going to we can fix the height. No, we can fix the height segments. So you can see that we have to play around with the segments and the height until we have a nice shape. This can be good. Alright. Now let's first fix all these splines, and then we will tweak around with the depth, with the position on each axis. So let's go to capsule 3, which is this one, the A, and let's play around also with the height. We can add some segments until it's round enough. We can turn this up a little bit because I want the tips to be like really round, but not as round as this. So I'm going to change the height for this until it looks like this. You can see what I did here. Alright, for this one also I want to change a little bit the height like this. Now let's move to the P and let's add some more height segments until it's round, and increase the height as well. This one is good. Maybe just a little less height. Let's repeat the same process for this. Increase the height segments, and for this one decrease the height. You don't have to be so accurate on these. They don't have to all look exactly the same, but it's good that if they look alike as well. On this one I can decrease the height. You can see that if I increase the height, the tips are getting flatter, and if I decrease it a lot, you can see that they turn into a really pointy shape, which isn't the thing that I want. I want them to be just like this. Alright, so we're done here. This looks good. Now let's go to the end. Let's increase the height segments. And increase the height too until we have something like this. Right. Now for the E, let's decrease the height here and increase the height segments. Perfect. Now for the W, let's increase the height segments as well. Remember to not go crazy either, because you will end up spending a lot of time on the rendering process. Alright, let's increase the height like this. And now you know what you have to do. You can see that it's quite simple. Increase the height segments as well. Alright, And finally the R. Alright, let's take a look, and now everything looks pretty cool. But now we need to add some depth to it. Now to add depth to this composition, we need to go and play around with the spline points. So we can close the capsules now, and let's open the spline path, and let's create a camera here. You can turn this off, and let's begin to play around with this. Now let's select the path 1. We can call this off, the capsules, and we can play around with the splines, or you can turn this on if you want. That's your call. But I want this first path, the second path, to be on the back, so that we have like this depth already. You can see it here. And this other path, the path number 1, I want this to be like this. Now take this path 3, make the point mode, choose the point mode, and you can see that I have the node here, so I can bring it a little to the left. You can see that I'm moving the spline, so I can do stuff like this. Now let's see how it looks. Perfect. I think that maybe we can turn this a little bit to the right. Like this. Now let's go with the A. Path number 4. Take this and take it to the back. And this, take it a little bit to the front. This can be to the back, so we have this nice typography. Alright, so that's the main idea of what we have to do with this typography. So let's continue. Let's go to this other path. Oh, path 6 should be this one. But we can take this later. Let's go and take this path. We can move this a little bit to the back, and this one a little bit to the front. So we have something like this. Now repeat this. So you can see that this is pretty random. We don't have to follow an exact process here. And now for the Y, we can move it entirely to the front. Like this. Alright, we are halfway there. Now let's go with the N. So we can have something like this. All right. Now for the E, let's see what we can do. All right, let's move this entirely to the front. This one can also be brought to the front. And that's it. Now for the W, let's play around. Let's bring this to the back. And we have something like this. This W looks pretty cool. All right. Let's see which one is the Y. All right, this one. And bring it to the front. Let's repeat the same process for the other E. Take this like this. And this one to the front. Let's take again the A. And now we can fix this. Bring this one to the back and this one to the front. Like this. Now let's go back to the E and take this point to the back so that it's crossing the A. Like this. And finally, we can fix the R. Send this to the back. Let's turn on the camera again, and that's it. Now make sure that everything is good. If you have to fix some capsules, this is the time to fix them, or if you want to change anything at all on these splines, now it's the time to do it. So you can see that it's not just creating the capsule and creating the spline wrap and throwing the splines there. We have to tweak around with these splines. We have to play around with the capsules attributes. We have to play around with the spline wrap attributes until it looks exactly how we want this to look. So that's it for this lesson. Let's go to the next one.